Hey everyone, it's Teacher Jill here. So I'm making this video called I'm Teaching for Outschool. Now what? All right, so we're started, we're in the door, we've done the application process. I have a video about that process. I probably need to remake that video actually, since it's a little bit dated with how they've kind of changed their policy a little bit with what they're expecting from teachers. So, but now that you're in, so for those of you that have used my referral link, thank you so much. It is very appreciated, for sure. So you're thinking, I have these classes listed, nobody's really signing up. Okay, so rule number one with Outschool, it does take time. There's lots of teachers on there. There's lots that have left. Also, I will say that. But it takes time. So while you're waiting for people to kind of organically sign up, for your classes. And again, you should be teaching what you're really strong in, or you could probably do a search and find a class that's fairly unique. Um, some of the classes I offer are a little bit more on the unique side of like that they're not really common classes. So if you're able to advertise those classes in the free or discounted Outschool groups, that is a good way to get parents in and get really helpful feedback. Okay. So they're going to get in, they're going to sign up their kiddo. And it's not necessarily in exchange for good reviews. And you could say, look, I would rather you maybe didn't leave a review if it's going to be like a really negative one. But if I have areas that where I can grow, then please, please, please let me know. And in starting out, there are tons of things that I have changed since I got started with my Outschool classes. Like I have shifted formats and I have just totally like I'm still updating things that I'm teaching. And that's typically what teachers do, right? That's what we do. So the free and discounted groups, oh, they're such a great place. And I would offer them for free at first. You think, but what good does that do? Well, if the parent is contacting you and they're like, hey, I signed up for free, you told me to mention this while I registered, you know that they're seeing it in the Facebook group. So that's helpful. But you know what? The more kids you have in your class, it's gonna it's going to show more to other people. It's like a popular class, like the algorithms picked it up, and then more kids tend to sign up. I had that happen not that long ago with my middle school age group class where I posted it for a parent who requested it. They didn't sign up for it, but then like two people did, and then like four people did, and then two more people did. So it was like full, and I was like, whoa. That happened really, really fast. And that's how it tends to happen. It's like they happen just in little spurts. And I think just as parents are searching for classes for their kids, um, they're able to see what's like trending, what's popular. Also, local tutoring group pages on Facebook. That's a really good place if you're really wanting to build and focus on building your Outschool um, oh gosh, be helpful if I knew the word I was looking for. If you're looking to help and like build your Outschool profile, like get more ratings, get more feedback, just kind of build that side of things because it is a business. Then yeah, you should post that in your local tutoring groups of like if you have like a class, it's we're headed into AP testing. If you wanted to do AP test prep for certain subjects and things like that. Now I will say make sure that you know that material really, really well. Because yeah, it, if you're going to do something like that, you need to know your stuff. Um, so that's a really good spot. So local tutoring groups. So Facebook groups, the free and discounted Outschool groups, local tutoring groups on Facebook, right? And you could advertise with other places at like at schools and things like that for parents. Um, Now, Pinterest is a place where I've seen it recommended. I, this may be controversial. I have always detested Pinterest. I don't get it. It doesn't, none of it makes sense to me. Did anyone else possibly feel that way? I don't get it. don't hate me. Don't come at me for that. I'm sorry. I've never understood Pinterest. I really haven't. I have a Pinterest account. It's pointless. I don't I don't know. I'm sorry, Pinterest. Don't come after me. And teachers had talked about advertising their Outschool profile using Pinterest, but I can't speak to how they did that. I'm so sorry, but that's just one of the things that I saw in my early days of Outschool, like building my presence. Okay. Um, in that same vein, you could maybe run a Facebook ad if you wanted to. That's just if you're kind of looking to sink some money in. I wouldn't at first. I would let it grow organically. But I know teachers have done that. They have put ads out there and they said it helped. I've never done that. And I'm teaching as much as I want and you know, I'm not teaching a whole lot, right? Like for Outschool. I'm teaching some, I'm supplementing, and I will teach more next year. I'll probably make a video about that. So, because my schedule is going to change some next year, and I do really want to pack the days that I'm off, I want to pack them full of classes. So, I am going to be looking to grow my business there. Um, Now, this is a big one. So, as you're creating your class, good class descriptions and good descriptive language that will search as parents are looking for your class. So if you're teaching, I'll stick to what I know. If you're teaching environmental science, right, you're going to want to list a lot of words that would go with environmental science, like, learning about sustainable practices, biomes, right? Just all the different things that go with that. Water cycle, you're going to go really in depth in your class and your course description. And so you want to have, if there's any word in there that could be searched, it needs to be mentioned if you're trying to get the get your demographic, right? Also, you might want to consider flexible age ranges. I did that at first, and then I kind of tightened it back down as I needed to. Um, But the flexible age range is helpful to get, just for numbers reasons. And last but not least is pricing. And I'm not going to tell you to price it super dirt cheap. Absolutely not. Our school takes 30% of everything you bring in. So you get 70, they get 30. That's just boom. It's like the flat rate. Um, it shouldn't be the cheapest one out there. You have to think, and I know that the games that we play in our brains. Well, if I fill up my class and it's $10 per kid and I teach for an hour, well, that's $70 an hour if I get it full. If you get it full, that is a huge if. I'm just now getting classes full, and this is I don't even know, 4, 5, 6, something like that without school. We'll say 5. We'll say year 5. I think my son was born and it was February of 2021 when I was like sending my video finally to teach. So 5 years. I'm just now really getting to where things are filling up consistently. So don't bank on that you're going to get a full class and that $10 an hour is enough when you might have one student in there. Do you want to teach for an hour for $7? No, right? Which also brings me to the other side of that coin. I've had that happen to where students dropped or whatever, and I had one student in a class, and I had to cancel it. So it's like, and also it's for the student benefit, right? Because if they're there within an Outschool class, they do benefit from talking, like they're throwing out ideas, they're bouncing off of one another, and that does kind of fuel that whole class. So that is really helpful for them. And so it is a student benefit too. Um, so yeah, really don't underprice. Don't overprice, right? But you can kind of gauge. You can search the classes and you can see what people are charging per hour. And teachers, I'm sorry, if you're one-on-one tutoring, you should be charging at least $1 per minute. And you're like, that's expensive. Yeah, it's one-on-one time, quality teaching with a certified teacher. And while we're on that topic, it needs to be quality. It needs to be high quality. So and that's not even just with Outschool, just independent tutoring in general. So make sure you're bringing the magic, right? You're bringing the heat. So, yeah, if you're a certified teacher, $1 per minute is not outrageous for one-on-one teaching, not by any stretch. And for like the AP level classes, charge more, like 100% charge more. And this is not for like the parents, like to be like, oh, punish the parents. No, no, I'm a parent. I get it. Things like that are very expensive, but also good quality one-on-one tutoring, especially something like an AP subject where they need to pass the test to get the credit for college. Oh, that is worth what you pay for it, right? That is worth what they pay for it if you're able to get their student to where they're understanding the content to where they pass. So that's why I say that. I mean, if you know what you're doing, if you're very skilled in that area to teach and to tutor in those subjects, you can charge more. And that's not unusual. And you should charge more, especially for upper level things, because you're more specialized, you've had more school, more training, and it is more difficult. It's more difficult content. And if you're grading, like those free response questions, those multiple choice questions, and you're giving like feedback, it's also time out of your session. So keep that in mind. Okay. So those are just some places to start with Outschool. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I'm so glad for those of you who are joining Outschool, and I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm all for it. Okay. So I will see you out there in the classroom. Thank you, everyone. Bye.